Just going to start by saying this will be the first time in a long time I've actually done a preview for the Orioles. It's not going to be a hate video for those of you guys in the TTC that like to do that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff anymore. Okay? So if you come at me or my team with hate, fine. I'm not going to respond to it with any hate or anything like that or childish things. I'm just going to bring you what my thoughts are realistically of the series, of each game, if I can. I don't know. I haven't done one this year. I want to be able to be here, giving some kind of insight on the upcoming series. So I'm going to start with the Phillies. The Phillies they got a pretty good YouTube fan base. Got a couple of fans that make some videos. Um, like I said, either hate series or just regular previews. So they're a good fan base. They're a passionate fan base. I'll give them that. They know their stuff. They really know their stuff. They've had a really good team to follow the past few years. It always makes it easier to pay attention. So I want to see what their analysis is on how the series will go. My analysis is it's going to be highly contested. Both of these teams, one favors pitching, one favors hitting, particularly the long ball, in a stadium that's feasible for that. The Orioles, good bullpen. The Philadelphia Phillies, I don't know about their bullpen as a whole, but I know that they got an all-star closer in Jonathan Papelbon. So it's going to be a very interesting series, especially late in the game. It's going to get very wild, and it's going to get very interesting. Both of these teams kind of grind it out. Particularly the Orioles, they've been in a lot of extra inning games this year, especially against the big boys like New York and Boston. So Philadelphia would be up there as one of the big boys in terms of their big market team. They've had a lot of success recently. This year, not so much. They're struggling. They're staying right at about 500 for most of the year. They really need this series, just as the Orioles do, because the Orioles have been struggling lately. They're a little bit better in the record and standings, though, but they really can't afford to start losing in June, because we all know in the past when they get a losing streak going, it's hard for them to get out of it. So we've got to end it now. We won a series in Boston. We got to keep that going. Pitching matchups, I don't have the entire series pitching matchups. I believe that Hunter and Arrieta is going to be pitching for the Orioles. I guess Hamill would be pitching one of the other games. I don't know. It's our starters, they've been going through a rough stretch. The Philadelphia starters have always been solid. They got the big three in Hamels, Cliff Lee, and Roy Halladay. Roy Halladay's been hurt this year. I don't know if he's still on the DL or not. I think he is, but it doesn't matter. They're still a solid pitching team. Even though they're going to have their worst starter coming out tonight, they're still gonna be tough to beat. All we have to do is we just have to have good starting pitching, because the rest of the team does their job, with the exception of some poor lacking defense on the corners every once in a while. They get in a really big funk. But other than that, I think that we have the advantage offensively, bullpen, and home field advantage. We pretty much have the advantage in this series. But the starting pitching by the Phillies is the big equalizer. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard fought. But both of these teams like to grind it out. They keep it close. The Orioles, they love the close games. If we get to the seventh or eighth inning and we're only down by 1 or 2 runs, or if we're tied, or if we're ahead by 1 run, most likely we're going to win the game. I'm not saying that it's an absolute fact that we'll win the game, but most of the time we pull out in the end. We prevail in the end. A lot of that has to do with guys love the fastball that the closers and bullpen guys like to bring, and we like to knock them out of the park. So if the Phillies are going to win close games against us, they need to make sure that their closers are on their best game. They're locating their pitches in the right spot, because if they don't, we'll take advantage of it. But like I said, one of our big fallbacks is our starting pitching has been struggling lately. I think that, unfortunately for the Phillies, our pitching especially Arrieta, has to come out of his funk sometime, and right now would be the best time against your struggling offense. I know that you guys have Philly has a good capability of getting some good offense, but with guys hurt and guys getting a little bit older, it's going to be tough as a team to pull it together. So it bodes well for Arrieta tonight. I don't know about Tommy Hunter. He's Jekyll and Hyde. He either does solid or he just does horrible. We'll see what we get out of him in this series, but particularly Jake Arrieta. We got to start out this series right. We gotta lock this thing down. I think we can do it. I'm predicting somewhere around a 4-3 game tonight. That would be pretty cool to see us come out on top with a score like that. We can't be giving up too many runs, and we cannot be giving up so many errors. We've been committing a lot of errors at first and third this year, but like I said, they just do it in weird bunches. Like, they'll have a game where they commit 3 errors, and then the next game, no errors. So hopefully we'll stay away from the 3-error game, and not give the Phillies bats extra chances, especially for Arrieta. They've done that a lot for him, and it's kind of messed up his confidence and his rhythm. So what I'm saying is we need to get on track tonight against a team that's struggling, a team that really wants this series. If we can beat them in this series in a nice little local rivalry, because you got two very passionate fan bases in Philadelphia and Baltimore. This is going to be highly contested in the crowd. This is going to be highly contested on the field. So if we can win and come out with this series with a 2-3 series win, it would be a great boost for this team. Most people predict that we're going to fall apart in June and July, which, who's to say we will or we won't? In the recent past, yes, we've done that, but if we can get through this stretch of Interleague series and be at about 500 in those games and stay at around 6 or 7 above 500 going into late June and early July, who's to say we can't make a run at this thing? But again, we've got to take care of business now. Right now, we have some important games coming up, some non-division games, but unfortunately, we're facing the second best division on this schedule. So we'll see. Good luck to Arrieta, to the rest of the starters, to the bullpen, to the defense, to the offense staying solid and clicking on all cylinders as a team, getting those clutch hits. That's something we haven't seen a lot lately. They did for a couple games, but other games not so much. Getting shut out by Clay Buchholz is unacceptable. We need to come out with some renewed energy, and I think you always keep faith in this team. We're a why not team. I really honestly believe that. It's just like 1989, a team that on paper people don't believe we're going to win 70 games, but look at where we are right now. It's all about effort. You bring the effort every day. You try to get the little things done. Play the Oriole way. You have a chance in the game. So hopefully we stick to that, and hopefully it'll be a series win. So go O's. Good luck to Philly. Other than this series, you guys, I think you're on the upswing after this.